Tell me what you see when you look at me. Do you see another brother lost in these streets looking for his soul?
Trying to find my soul.
Or do you see another brother searching for lost souls in these streets? A street soldier.
Street soldier.
Here to help you get that chip off your shoulder, warm your colder days and sober your drunken ways, and find a way to help you get over these hurdles placed in our path. And this is not meant to amuse you. This is for all those who have questions but are afraid to ask.
I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. No. When times get hard, you lose your way. Open your mind and hear what I say.
This is a message for the hard and the soft. To those who tune in weekly and to those who keep an eye out for 8 p.m. on Sundays and turn their radios off. The truth hurts. The cloth has been pulled. We're walking around half dead. Use this show as your IV. Alive and Free is a new movement. We've achieved self-destruction. A street soldier promotes self-improvement.
Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah. Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah.
Today, our youth program, Alive and Free, Omega Boys Club, had its annual benefactors reception, where we saluted this year's college graduates, 8 in all, right?
Yes.
8 in all. If I had the paper, I'd read their name, but I don't. Which brings our college graduate total to 238. Every time I say the number, I'm like, is this like the lottery or something like that? Because the number just gets crazier and crazier. It only goes up. It ain't going backwards, right? Mm-hmm. So when it was 10, it was one thing. When it was 50, it was another thing. But 238, I can't believe it. And then we saluted those collegians going off this year. It's a huge group. What's it like?
The biggest group I have ever had.
Yeah, huge group. And they fit across the stage. I mean, it was like 15 or 16 of them.
It was 20.
So I'm getting my money ready. That's the whole thing. Well, that's what they looking at, Dad, with the money. But and then we saluted both Lady Estelle, who was Miss Estelle during the week with the kids, and Mr. Mitra for the work that they have done at the club for the past 15 years. And it was very, very heartwarming, melancholy. There was tears. There was all kind of stuff. The thing I remember a lot, Mr. Mitra's speech, which I didn't know. She really just laid it all out there about how much she has grown working with the young people. And the other thing after your remarks was the receiving line. You should have seen it, of all the young people who came up and, just like couldn't not get enough of you and thanking you for all you've done for them. So, how do you feel?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I don't know yet, because I'm still on duty.
Yeah.
And so there's
just wonderful. There's
going to be that moment when I can stop thinking.
Yeah.
And trying to do, you got to be on, you got to be focused, you got to pay attention. When I don't have to pay attention,
right, I
can just be present with, the moment. It's hard to do that when you're on duty.
Yeah, that's true.
So when the silence comes, that's when I'll be able to allow myself to feel and remember. And
it was beautiful. All the standing ovations, all the, it was like, oh, man. I'm glad you made it to the studio. Don't make it. I thought you would still be there. It
was hard not to break.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, watching the kids, the graduates, that's like, and seeing them, because they're my kids.
Right.
And then to hear them speak, and one little one said, I didn't say much the first time, but can I just tell my story this time? And it was just so cute.
They all wanted to
And then the other one that you could just feel there's something else in there. I could just see it. You need to, I don't know, those things, they just touch your heart. And then when the list of kids from this year, just to see them all, and the ones we chose to speak were the ones who needed the most reinforcement about who they are and who they are supposed to be. They were the ones that were called up to speak. And I tell you what, it's like, this is real. You got to take this seriously.
It was wonderful. It was, and packed house. It was had 220, 230 people there over at the West Bay Conference Center.
But I'm going to tell you when I almost broke.
When?
When Miss Patterson got up and she said, "Where's Miss Demetra? Where's Miss Estelle?" And me and Miss Demetra, and I choreographed this. Me and Miss Demetra, we have our candles lit, and we walk up the center aisle. And now I'm going to worry. Everybody started to applaud, and they stood up.
Yep.
They were on their feet, and I thought, oh my God, now that was not a part of the choreography. We were just getting ready to go up to, this is a little bit about who Miss Demetra is, and then she was going to say what she had to say, her remarks, and then they said a little bit about me. But when everybody stood up as we walked up, that was like, oh my God, I was like so grateful that I didn't have to go first.
Everything we do turns into church, and literally it turned into church. And the black church is you don't put a clock on that, right? It just keep going. It kept going and going and going and going. Now that was Sunday. That was today. Yesterday we had and you got to get to one of these, man. You love them. We have our alumni family reunion, right? Out at Castro Valley Park. Huge deal. I mean, I call it Medea's family reunion without the drama. I mean, they come from everywhere, man. It's just wonderful. So it was packed. We went on out there all day, and there's everything you wanted to eat.
All day.
And you should have seen little Evelyn. How old is Evelyn?
Is she 18 months?
She's a little over 20 months and just running the town.
Oh, my
saying
goodness.
hi to everybody, splashing, and what you eating? Here, you
She
want some
had the
grapes?
best time of anybody.
What are Cheetos? Oh, these are good. Thanks. So,
She
yeah.
was
She had
adorable.
the best time.
And she just made so many friends, and
Yeah,
she just,
she had the
I think
best
she
time.
just loved Corey.
She had the best
She
time.
did.
All of us.
Oh my
Well, then
goodness.
she got to play Connect 4. She knew how to put the little coins into the thing, like doop doop doop. It was, I'm just so
They're brilliant.
impressed. Yes, brilliant.
That was
It
yesterday.
was just amazing.
And let's go back to, and I want to end with Friday because I want all of you to go here. So Friday was a new event.
Yeah.
We've never done this before. And we had a nighttime event at the Hip Hop Juice Box. The Hip Hop Juice Box, which, we went at the grand opening, we talked about right here on Street Soldiers. And so, we went over there, and that was like I gotta say, that place it's on Adeline in Emeryville. You gotta go, man. Unbelievably beautiful. It has my whole thing is, you've been back east.
Yes.
Have you? It's got a Brooklyn, New York, DC feel to it.
Okay.
When you walk in, and you would not think you're on the West Coast. I mean, it is really nice, and since we're doing music tonight, the decor is hip hop albums, right?
Oh.
I mean, they got this brother collects them, and see how those are framed. I don't know, he spent more money on the albums or more money on the frames. Brother got everything framed. He's got everything. I went into
He
the
has a wall.
bathroom. I went to the bathroom, and I turn around, there's a Biggie staring at me, and a mural of Biggie this big, staring at me right there. You would love the place, man.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it is just wonderful. She'll echo this. And then, I had to try a sample of, so I must have had 3 smoothies. I'm drinking every smoothie they got. The fresh. You ever had a kale smoothie?
I have, yeah.
Oh, man, it was
Yeah.
just wonderful, man.
That was your first one?
That was my second one.
Okay.
But they like big,
Hip-hop
right?
juice box.
Smoothies are
Can you
filling,
see that
right?
far?
Yeah,
I can do nothing else. I didn't need no alcohol. I didn't need nothing.
Okay. Hip-hop juice
Hip-hop
box.
jukebox. I'm telling everybody, go check it out.
And it was the way everything was set up. It was just dripping with class.
And the owners.
Oh, man.
What makes it so significant for us is that the owners are alumni of the organization.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's what's so cool. You know,
That's
so
dope.
we gave them some love as a
my
business.
goodness.
And, you know,
I know they didn't charge you for nothing.
they are business people.
Tell them to take it off your tab, Doc. You know, I paid in advance for this.
The wife is an alumni. The husband's like, no, we've been making some money.
Okay, well, half price then.
No. And they also have a part ownership in a
Hometown Heroes
in a
in Emeryville. Yep.
It was at a sports bar down the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hometown
So
Heroes.
it's good to see. You know, this is a young
Yeah.
couple, and we mentioned
Black
on there,
couple.
black couple, and Biz, you'll like this. I asked him about the financing initially. I said, you know, you have a problem with the banks. He said, well, yeah, well, but most of their financing came from their friends who pool their money together to open this spot.
That's what's up. So
Isn't that great?
they all came in. They went into
That's
business
beautiful,
together.
Man.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and so we can do it.
Yeah.
we can do it.
Yeah.
And so I was so proud of him. Loved it that night. So we're now
was just
exhausted.
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, got to get out there. Thanks everybody who came out. I saw people 3 days in a row. I've never seen alumni 3 days in a row for a while since they were actually in school. Saw them all 3 days. It was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
And we move on. All right, let's get to tonight. And you've heard the voice. I mean, if you listen to the station, you hear the voice all the time. You know, I hear
That
you.
one right there.
How you doing? Commercials, man.
Huh?
You do commercials, man.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm trying to expand, Doc. You know, they got me in here. I mean, and yeah, I'm anything they say. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar, man. You know, what you need me for? I'm here, all of it.
All
yeah.
of you listen to the show. That's the voice of G-Biz. And what hours are you actually on here at the station?
So I'm on every morning, Sana G morning show. Myself, Sana G in DC every day, 6 to 10 a.m. And I also do Saturdays from 11 to 3. I have my own show on Saturdays that I do. So I'm in here. You know, I'm in here a lot.
I think that's when I've heard you on Saturdays.
Uh-huh.
Because I leave my little thing that I do, trying to stay young.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
little train. I jump in the car.
There you
I
go.
turn on. That's G-Biz. That's Biz. That's Biz, man. And man, you know but you know where you got to start, everybody. You know where you got to start. We make people famous. Look, keep doing what we tell you to do. Look, you could be another G-Biz, another DC, another Anytime, another Rain. No, man, look, and you know, for years, how long were you the board out for the show?
I want to say it was at least a year and some change.
Yeah.
I was here I did this definitely for at least 2 summer jams. I know that for a fact. So, yeah, probably a little over a year.
You're wonderful, man.
Thank you, Doc.
We love you. Oh, seriously,
Thank
man.
you.
You were just.
And we love the intro, the
Thank you.
music that.
Oh,
little-
we-
Oh
We'll get to
yeah,
that.
I've been telling
We'll get
Malcolm
to
we
that.
gotta get it. We gotta get another one going, man. I talked to my guy Tone. Shout out to my man Tone. He's the cat who actually sung on it and did all the mixing. He's based down in L.A. So I mean, you know, we could always connect and try to get something else going too. You know.
You got to get her voice on one of these.
Yeah, we need to.
Ooh, that would be
We need
good.
to.
Be alive because she be humming in here with it anyway. You know, we
Yeah.
playing it. You know, she just like, you know, you good at that, Lady E. Oh, by the way, thanks for singing today too. That's a whole nother thing.
My pleasure.
No, but man, I mean, we know you because it's funny, and I don't know how much comes across, you know, in your regular work here.
Yeah.
But when you were here on the show, we got to go in depth, you know, about
Uh-huh.
where you were raised and your life and so forth.
Yeah.
You know, and like all of us have trials and tribulations, and your passion. And I think that some of what we talk about here on this show rubbed off on you. And I'm gonna, start by saying the motto. I think this fits what you're doing now, and while you're here tonight, the more you know, the more you owe.
Yeah.
Fits very well with the work you're doing now. So, in addition to all the other things you got going on, let's talk about what you're here tonight for. And this is your passion.
Yeah.
I think.
So, Doc, I actually been doing youth development for about 9 years. I started doing community work in Visitation Valley out here in San Francisco, working with youth in middle schools, and haven't stopped since. I worked with youth in the Mission District. I've also run programming, in Oakland as well. Connected with some, organizations in my hometown of East Palo Alto. But I currently run a music lab.
I want you to stop there because I'm gonna. And I gotta ask it. What made you want to work with young people? Because I'm gonna tell you what I've heard. You want to work with them kids? Man, them kids. Man, I wouldn't work. I had a parent tell me. I wouldn't work with them kids. I said, that's your kid I'm working with.
Yeah.
That's what she told me. She wouldn't have it, but she wanted me to work with her. What, how'd you?
Doc, I just kind of fell into it, was in college and getting to that time where I was getting ready to leave and knew I needed a job. And, I had a certain skill set just from the things I had gathered in my major. And was started looking for gigs, man, and ended up coming across an organization, and they were looking for somebody to actually run their video production, their media production class with middle schoolers and high schoolers, and ended up applying for that job and actually connected with the gentleman by the name of Leo Sosa, who actually is the executive director of the nonprofit organization that I'm running with right now, which is called Dev Mission. They're based out here in San Francisco. So Leo Sosa was the first guy to put me on. Sosa gave me the gig. And we really connected. I got so much love for this cat, man, just for the opportunities that he's given me in life, and really gave me a chance to work with some kids, man, some great youth and some great young people and some great families. And I was able to really develop a love for working with youth and working in lower development areas and in neighborhoods that look like mine growing up, where people don't get a lot of opportunities, to do things. I think more so in the arts, especially because they're being snatched out of the schools. Yeah. And so for me, running digital media with them, teaching videography and photography and stuff like that with kids, just kind of pulled me in. And again, from there, just meeting the youth and learning their story and, continuing to work with different families and stuff throughout San Francisco and Oakland as well. I just was able to really just build up a true love for it. And now it's something that really drives me because I get so much more from it than I'm able to really give them. And I love it, man. I really love it. Just being in the community, being able to plant a seed with these youth, man, and see it flourish and grow. I got so many kids now. I've been doing it for so long. I'm walking down the street and I'm bumping into kids left and right all over the place. I got just students upon students. I mean, I know and you walk. I was at
they
summer.
Call your name
I'm
out of
telling
nowhere.
you, I was at Summer Jam the other week, and I'm walking, from backstage, and one of my students, man, he grown now. He 6'4", he got gold ones in his mouth. He was like, Gary, what's up, man? I was like, boy, what you doing?
I know. When you see him, like, damn, man, you used to be like this.
Right. And he had brought his younger cousin to the show and was like, man, I was tripping out. I was watching you on stage, and I remember I used to, come and I'd be in your class, and you was teaching me this, that, and woo woo. And I get that so much, and it's such a great feeling to see these young people who you've influenced or even just remember your name, and you really just develop a true just appreciation for being able to be in someone's life that way, and that's what we're trying to do with this program. Like I said, Dev Mission is the name of the nonprofit organization that we work with. We're based over in Bayview Hunters Point, right there, 1030 Oakdale Community Center. Big up to SFHDC, who is one of our partners as well. And we started this about a year ago, so last summer. Leo Sosa, the executive director, came to me and was like, man, I want to start this program. And Leo, he's been DJing for, over 20 years out here in San Francisco. So, music is always a passion of his, and he knew I shared the same interest. And so he was like, I want to do this program, man, and I think you'd be the perfect guy to do it. And, like, what do you think we would want to teach? We got this space. What are some things you think we would benefit from in trying to give to these youth? And if anybody knows Bayview Hunters Point, it's a rough area, it's a rough neighborhood, but it's so much talent and so many youth, I believe, who are up there and just don't have the resources and just aren't tapped in enough to really be able to say, like, oh yeah, music. That's something I can do. Like, I can really do that, And so many people say that they have an interest in something, until opportunity rises, and it's like, okay, so you gonna show up? Because we here. If you want to learn something, so when he came to me,
we know that,
right?
So I'm
right.
gonna go to college. So
Yeah, all right.
But hear the program. Jump on Tuesday night.
I can give you the steps, man. Are you gonna take them? So he came to me and we spoke about the program. And so I sat down and kind of started just developing a curriculum and ideas around what I wanted to base it on. So basically, it's based over there, Oakdale, 14 to 21-year-olds. We teach songwriting, we teach beat production, we do recording 101, so they learn how to record as well with software. And then we also do stage performance training. So I not only we also go through how to perform, how to rock a stage, which is something that the youth can actually talk about when they come in here. Because yesterday we actually had our very first festival that we were a part of, and they were able to get up there and do their performances, man. And I felt like a proud papa, just standing out there and I'm watching. I'm like, man, look at my kids go. They're going to work. They go to work. They go to work, Lady Estelle. And when they show up, man, that's all I ask. You know what I mean? We meet Tuesdays and Thursdays right over there from 4 to 6 o'clock. And I actually just started a new a section of it as well on Mondays and Wednesdays where I'm teaching them basically digital media marketing. So, we show you how to make the music, and the second component of that is, you can have the hottest song out, but if don't nobody hear it, it won't make any difference. So we're teaching you now how to also market the music and how to brand yourself. So really trying to make it full circle so that these youth really get an opportunity to say, like, hey, like, this is something I kind of like. I think this is kind of cool. I can actually do this right now because they're showing me the skills. So, we give them all 4 hours of studio time with the sound engineer as well. So by the time you're done with the program, you have at least one song that you have fully produced, written, recorded, all on your own. And then we actually had Adobe come on our last cohort as a sponsor. So Adobe's DJ Club is sponsoring our program as well. So the youth actually get to go to Adobe. We do our graduation there. They do performances there at the end of the program. And they also have access to some of their sound studio stuff that they have over there as well on their campus. So big up to Adobe for doing that work with us. But I mean, we've collaborated with Project Level. Shout out to Big Rich and Danielle over there doing some fantastic stuff. And so we're really just trying to build and continue to grow. Like I said, we're only 1 year in.
That's wonderful.
1 year we've I'd say graduated at least 15 students through the program.
Wow.
Yeah, when it started last summer, it was myself and I had 3 students, and 2 of them dropped off. I had 1 student who finished, it was him and I all the way through it, writing music. He's over there smiling now because he know it. Writing music, he was doing his own production, and I'd say a very, very talented young man. He already had started doing his own production and stuff and writing on his own. So we started getting in there and trying to figure out this is the very first start. Let's start trying to see if we can record, and after that he came back for the next cohort as my TA, and now he's an instructor. He runs his very own program at a second site that we have over there in Bayview Hunters Point at 3 Harbor Road. So he's doing the same stuff up the hill, but he also comes down and he's running the recording and stuff with our students. Mr. Marvin, aka Young Mars, he's like I said, man. So not only do we get these youth the opportunity to learn these skills, but we actually have hired back even just this cohort right now about 5 returning students from our previous programs as paid TAs. So we're also offering job opportunity to them as well.
You covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
And you have to say it again.
Yeah.
Because this sounds like it's really too good to be true. And we get that a lot, right? Y'all send people to college, it sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
And this is a music station.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, literally, this is Street Soldiers, but this is KML, right?
Yes.
half the people out there I talking about won't get the music, man. Won't get the music, man.
Right.
So, you know, if I was a young person, number one, your phone should be ringing off the hook. But number two,
I mean, they stay hitting me.
they should
No,
take notes right
know.
now just on the stuff that's happening here. I mean,
Yeah.
here you are in here telling them this is real. This can happen.
Yeah.
I run into young people all the time. They say, man, I want to do music. I want to do music, and have no idea how, don't have a clue. All they know is they want to make beat. I mean, there's like there's not really a roadmap, and you've at least put some sort of roadmap, you know, classes together for them and so forth. And the other thing is, a lot of these classes, you got to go to these musical
Oh, my
music
goodness.
schools and pay
Yeah.
like thousands of dollars for it, go into debt. You know, I know, I ain't gonna say the school. I know the young man got in that school and he was like in debt forever. I had to get him out of it. And so this is just hearing but even before we get there, we're gonna bring people in. I gotta say, everything you said about working with young people, you said all the magic words. And when you said love 4 times, right? I'm talking about I love my car, I love my money. You know, I said this today, and watching her and Mr. Mitra all these years, this is a calling, man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna work with young people, be good like this, it's not a job. It's a calling. I mean, it's work.
Yeah.
But you're called to do this. And I can just tell by the love that you have, not only for the subject matter, but for the young people. And when you say things like, because the real reward is them coming back and saying,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, and everybody can't do that, man. Everybody can't do that. So much props to you. And I've seen people go into, I want to do it. And 6 months later, they gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's so overwhelming what you have to, I want to say what they feel they have to put up with.
Yeah.
But you know, and I know young people, and we know this. If you can get past that first wave or whatever, and get to what's really inside,
Yeah.
that's when.
Yeah.
Because they so used to people like going away and turn them off and get it with you. Say, no, man, that ain't really you. That ain't really you. That ain't really you. Now, it's just, I just applaud you for it, man. I really do, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Without folks like you, without teachers like you, because you're a teacher,
Yeah.
you know, I was in some place yesterday and some kid told me, he heard my story. He said, man, I wish I had a teacher like you when I was in high school. You know, just
I wish I had a teacher like you when I was in
I
high
just
school.
thank you, man, really, because you know everybody can't do this. Because I don't think you got to do it for the right reasons, and
Yeah.
that is love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much props.
And they could look to you
appreciate
and
that.
feel like they relate to you too, right? When they see you, when you're teaching them, they could look at you as a brother. They could look at you someone who
Yeah.
could possibly be in their family, and that's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, I mean, with a lot of these kids, you know, like I said, it's just it's finding some type of common ground. You know, and I've worked with kids from every level of the school system.
Right.
You know, with youth as young as 4, with college students. So I mean, all the way across is just being able to communicate with them and letting them know that you're there and building just that trust and that trust in the bond. So.
We have folks from the DEV Mission Digital Music Program. I think I said that right. If I didn't,
Yes,
I will be
yes.
corrected. Which is the baby of KMEL's own morning show personality. I could be a hype man for you, you know.
I mean, you already started out. You mess around and doc, you talk like that, we gonna have to go to the bank,
Morning
baby.
show personality.
You know what I mean? You mess around and go get a loan.
G-Biz himself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, but we love you, man. We do, man. I mean, and I just want to say thank you for doing this. And I wrote some of the things down that you're doing over there, and is located in the. Say again where it's located. I think I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't have it in front of me.
So the program is based in Bayview, Hunters Point.
That's right.
We're over at 1030 Oakdale Avenue. It's the Oakdale Community Center up
Yep,
there.
yep.
Again, shout out to SFHDC, who's one of our partners. Our nonprofit organization is called DEV Mission. It's based over in the Mission District, I believe 360 Valencia. Shout out to the executive director, Leo Sosa, for really putting this whole thing together, man. And again, just a fantastic partnership with SFHDC. Our sponsors over at Adobe have really helped us, put together a really great opportunity for these kids.
Recording 101, stage performance, training, and I think you said something else you're getting into also.
We're doing digital media marketing. We just started doing that. We're basically
That's right, I did
teaching
write
how to
that
do how to do branding. how to promote yourself on social media. So really, the whole focus is, I mean, you know, these kids are in their phone all day, every day. I mean, look, it's 4 of them in there right now already, and so you know.
They actually
all
live in the phone.
Yeah, all of them.
No,
All of them.
They go in there
And you know,
come back out
right
at night.
at the very end of the night.
At the very end of the maybe
Right.
not.
So it's like you spend all this time already on Snapchat or Instagram or, you know, whatever, Twitter, whatever it is you're using. So really just trying to teach them how to brand themselves on these platforms so that they can really monetize it and be able to push and promote whatever it is they want to push, whether it be music, whether it be, you know, brand development, whatever it is.
Let's get Leo in here because Leo is
Leo, no, I don't think he was able to make it.
I
So
want him to
yeah, I know.
brainchild.
That's my guy, man. It's
Yeah, someone give him a whole bunch of love.
I'm
Leo,
shout out-
call. No.
Yeah, call Sosa, call. I know he's listening.
Call him on the phone.
I know
no,
he's
we'll try and
listening.
get it before the show goes
Yes,
up. Really, I
yes.
think it'd be wonderful.
Yes, we should.
Because I'm interested, especially with the partners you put.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you do something like that, it's a lot. People don't understand. These things will just materialize.
No, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah.
And to go from an idea in your head to an actual something.
Yeah.
Is a task.
It is.
And you got to keep the vision intact, and you know, it can get discouraged at some point, and it takes vision and really wanting to make something like this happen. So if we can get him, I just want to say, especially say he's your guy.
Yeah, he is. Again, like I said, man, Sosa was the first person to ever really give me a chance. Just really in the I guess full blown world of working.
Yeah.
You know, when I was, you know, getting ready to leave being a student and was like, okay, so what am I gonna do? Like, you know, I went to school, I got this degree coming. What am I gonna do with this? So you know, and he saw something in me and gave me an opportunity, and you know, we've been able to continue to build on our connection, and when he came to me with this opportunity and this idea, it just seemed to be so perfect. And again, you know, Leo's, you know, been DJing for a lot of years, so his passion for music, I know, runs deep as well. So that's why when we were able to really put this thing together for these kids, it was special, you know.
Tell us who you have in the studio and the roles they play, and tell me who I should talk to first. Go ahead. Who we got here?
But before I get started, I do want to shout out one of our instructors who isn't here. Shout out to my man, Young Mellow, Be The Mood. You can check him out on Instagram. Hit him up on his YouTube page, Mellow Be The Mood, MELLOW, Be The Mood. He's doing some great work. This is actually his very first cohort that he's doing full instruction on. I'd step back from the instructor role to let him, you know, kind of take over and run the program. He's doing an awesome job. So shout out to him. Also, my guy I talked about a minute ago, Young Mars, my very first student to actually graduate and finish the program, came back as a TA, and now he's running his own program, Three Harbor Road out there in Hunters Point as well. So, Young Marvin, you got something you want to say, man? Just step to the mic.
Yo, what's good? Yeah, I'm one of the instructors over there at Three Harbor in Hunters Point East, right? I was one of the first.
Put him out there. He and
first.
He out there. I know exactly where you are.
So I'm one of the first students to actually finish the first program that they had.
Yeah.
So like Gary said, it was just me and
So
him
he's
at the
that
end.
one?
Yeah.
You were the one.
Yeah.
You was the lone soldier out with
It was him and I.
Just me and Gary.
It was him and I.
We got stories.
Yeah.
You had a wonderful student-teacher ratio.
Right.
1 to 1.
Yeah, but it was awesome just being there with Gary, right? I learned a lot. I came in, I started out doing music since I was like yay high.
That's
you know?
what I want. When did your interest in music begin? You know, just tell us the whole thing. When did the dream that you said, was it you listened to your parents? When did that start? And how old?
Basically, since I was in elementary school, I was interested in music. I wanted to do play the trumpet. So that's basically what I did. And I started learning how to play the trumpet. Got really good. Had a couple concerts, right, playing the trumpet.
How old were you?
I would say 8, 10, about that age. Yeah.
You was a virtuoso at 8. I'm kidding. No, but you developed a love for it to trumpet at 8 years old. That's
Yeah, I love all types of music. I listen to basically everything that's on. You know, my uncles, they really like taught me the appreciation for a lot of classical music, like Frank Sinatra and Paul Anka, all these guys, right? And all that music kind of just affected me, and I just wanted to keep on going with it. And so I brought that with the hip hop stuff and the R&B stuff later, and I started, first out just playing beats with my hands, right? And
again, how old were you when you started that?
I was 12.
Okay.
And then my uncle, I shout him out too. my uncle Pablo. I asked him, hey, do you have a computer that I could have? Because I didn't have, like the means to get a laptop at that time. So I asked him, can I get a laptop? And he told me, yeah, because he worked for a school out in Redwood City. And from there on, he got me the laptop, and I started, doing my own beats and using Audacity to record myself. So that's how I started out doing the recordings. I started out doing my music, and man, I sucked. I sucked bad. Right? But hey, I kept on going.
That's the point.
Yeah, I kept on going. I didn't care what people thought about it, but I just kept on going, and from there on, I just, progressively got better and better. And then I started investing my money once I got older, I started investing my own money and getting my own laptops, like my own production, like my own production software, like FL Studio and stuff like that. And I started making beats. I started writing my own music. I have a bunch of songs,
What influences at that age did you have when you started getting into, into doing that?
Kind of J. Cole. J. Cole was a big influence that I had. Yeah. I had a lot of, because I'm Latino too, so a lot of Spanish reggaetoneros, right? Yeah. So I really love that about, I had to bring that out somehow, so I started making my beats like that. Yeah, for surely. So I started making my beats with a lot of fusion in there. So I did a lot of Latino R&B, right? R&B, hip hop, trap music, a lot of different stuff like that. And then from there on, I just, kept practicing and like grind, like every night I would stay till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning making beats. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I understand that passion I'm going to talk about you, and everybody knows my son, right? He's just when he got into DJing, and I've told this story 1,000 times, Dad, you telling that story again? He hollowed out my speakers, he took over my turntable, and he would stay up. That's all he did, and that, he got to be very, very good at it. When you got that kind of passion, that's what drives you. And you want to get better and better and better and better. And I like the fact that you say you suck, but it didn't matter. You wanted to, it's like playing hoop.
Kept going.
When you start playing hoop.
Suck,
right?
You suck, right?
Jordan got cut from his junior high school, from his varsity. So, I admire you for that, man. Sticking with it.
No, thank you. It's basically the growth. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep grinding so that you could progressively get there. And just keep working at your craft. That's basically what it is.
What led you to this program?
So
how'd you find out about it and.
DJ Leo Sosa, right? He's a great friend of mine. So. I started out dancing in the program, like dancing outside of the program. My bad. Started dancing at parties. At parties that he was DJing at, because like G Biz said, he's been DJing for 20 years or plus. So I started dancing at his parties that he was DJing at, and one day he was like, "Hey man, what's your name?" And I was like, I always see you dancing and, partying over here. It's like, I got to get your info. So he kind of I just gave him my info. And then from there on, we became really good friends, And then from there, my mother actually saw a flyer from him. And she told me, hey, there's this media class that he was doing, right? Digital music lab. And my mother told me about it. And I called up Leo and I was like, hey, I want to join. How could I do this? And at the time, I was already like 17, 18, right?
How old are you now?
I'm 20. So 17, 18, he was like, okay, come on Tuesday and Thursdays, and we'll get you going on the music stuff. Because he knew I was already interested in it because of our conversation that we had before. So I kept going and going, and then from there on, that's how me and Gary met. And Gary's he's a cool guy. I appreciate him a lot for everything
like
he's taught me.
First hooked up with
I was kind of nervous.
Professor Biz.
I was kind of nervous. I can't even lie, because I knew he was coming from 106 KML, and I was like, oh man, this is big.
Big, man.
This is big. He's a big guy.
He big, man.
So we started having a cool relationship. We became really good friends, and from there on, he kind of like taught me a lot about the music industry, right? Trying to make your way in there, because it's so hard to just get in.
There's no roadmap. That's what I'm saying.
There's no roadmap. You just gotta.
No roadmap. Yeah.
And that's what he's been teaching me.
You go to law school and take exam, be a lawyer, right? There's no roadmap, right?
So he's been teaching me a lot. We started out songwriting, and he's helped me develop a great way of songwriting. Like, he's taught me different like ways or like algorithms, I would say, like to write music or to write my lyrics, and from there on I got better at it, and I can't even lie, that's helped me a lot to make my music that I make now, because I record myself now. Making my beats as well, he would always help us out and telling me, hey, that sounds good, oh, that doesn't, you gotta change something on there, right? And just helping me work on that. And then my performance, man, he killed me on performance time. He killed me on performance time, but we had fun.
I watch some shows on TV. X-Ray Star, whatever it is. That is brutal.
I tell all the students or the parents, like, when we get to like stage performance training, I'm gonna yell a little bit, just so you know, that day usually I get a little loud, but never.
You should have heard my basketball coach.
Right,
More than yell.
Yeah, my dad.
Just to get it right.
I'm so engrossed in your story. I forgot I got 3 other people here.
Yeah.
So, just hang on. We're gonna come back because I'm really interested in what you learned, but I love hearing your path to the place. So, who's next, girl? Who's next? You want to introduce?
So I want to bring up Mr. Hunter Washington. So Hunter was in the second cohort that I did, and so he's actually come back since he ran his program to 2 cohorts. He did the third one with us.
Get a little closer, Hunter, yeah.
He did the third one with us during the springtime that we just had, and he's still rocking with us right now during the summertime. And Hunter's had tremendous growth in the program as far as his music and the things that he's, I think, really incorporated in his music. Very lyrical, and I think a lot of that has kind of shown and blossomed since he's been working with us. But I mean, let him speak. Go ahead.
I want to know when it all began.
All right, performance stage name. Go let him know your stage name and everything.
All right. Well, as you said, my name's Hunter, and I just go by Meta.
Pull up on the mic. You good to go?
Right.
I ain't gonna call you Hunter no more.
Okay. All right, but no, I got the name Meta from this show Red vs. Blue, and there's this character that was Meta, and it's basically like the definition of perfection, but not quite there. It's like everything coming together, and I kind of like that symbolism. And I saw the character who is kind of quiet. It's like someone like me. I don't really like to talk a lot, but when it comes to get stuff done, I'll get it done. So I decided to take that name for myself.
How long you been interested in music?
Probably for as long as I can remember. My mom would get me things like, if I was interested, like she'd give me electric piano, drums, a flute, or a guitar. So I dabbled in a lot of things, but never really found my groove until recently when I decided to try rapping.
Yeah, I mean,
You got skills?
I mean, so again,
Decent.
I told you.
No, I mean,
I told you. He's
in a minute I'll ask for something, but wait, hold on.
So again, Hunter's style. I'll tell you what I like about Hunter's style. Hunter's style is one that I think a lot of people try, but not necessarily a lot of people are probably comfortable with.
Right.
When we had our first conversation, I was asking him who he liked musically, people he liked to listen to, and MF Doom was one of the first names that came out of his mouth. That's not something you hear often. And I
I
know.
ain't hip to MF Doom,
Right.
so I need to go like.
Now I know about MF Doom, you know, from doing college radio. You know, it's the type of stuff we would play, real like backpack, real lyrical. You know what I mean? Type of stuff. Like, you know, if you know Murs, it's like, you know, like a Murs type of rapper, Andre Nicotina esque. If you talk about like Bay Area rap, Zion I, right.
I do know Zion.
And so when this young man was writing, I could hear the influence in the words that he was putting together, and a lot of the style similarities to the artists that he had spoke about. And so we worked on a lot of cadence. We worked on really slowing down the rap, because when you put all those words together, you're giving it out and you're giving it out. Sometimes you need to give yourself that time to let it breathe and slow it down, because the avid listener still needs to be able to catch it, right? And he's,
I need to be able to catch it,
right? and I think since we started working, Hunter's flow has come a long way. Also, his stage performance has gotten so impressive. You know, all these youth yesterday had their very first festival. They got up there, they performed on stage. Also big up to Joyce Gordon Gallery and the folks who put together Oye Festival out there in Oakland yesterday. We performed yesterday morning. It was fantastic. Better Together block party. Oye Oakland Youth Art Explosion was the name of the festival that we did yesterday, and they got up there and just did an amazing job. I mean, he hit the stage, gave him all his energy, you know, and had the crowd moving, man. So definitely happy with where he's come.
Both. These two are students. Are they all four eventually students?
All four of them, yes, have been. Yeah, these are all youth who have gone through the program.
So I just want to ask you, and I can ask now, even though we get the phone.
Go ahead.
How coachable, teachable are they? I'm serious, you know, because, you know, you gotta. Maybe that's a hard question to ask. I don't want you busting nobody out. But,
no, I mean, Andre's the only problem. I'm just playing. I'm messing with you. No. But I mean, but very receptive. I think a lot of them have been very receptive to the stuff that we kind of went over and covered.
We continue our discussion with the youth of the Dev Mission Digital Music Program, which is located at the Oakdale Community Center in Bayview, Hunters Point. And it is I won't call it the brainchild, but the program coordinator is KMEL's own G-Biz morning show personality. I might tune in the morning just tomorrow just to hear you.
Listen in. I'm going to sound tired.
One more time. Just to hear if you made it through the night.
I mean, you know, Doc, one thing I do, I'll get up.
You will make it. You will make it.
I will get up. I will get up, and I'll work.
The program works with youth 14 to 21. They teach songwriting, beat production, recording. I love that class, Recording 101. I love that title. Sounds just like a college course. And stage performance training. We've met a couple of the youth in the program. We move on to, you call her Lonnie, is that right?
Lonnie.
So, okay, I saw the I.
Well, my name is Ilani, but
don't say that.
you know, I just go by Lonnie.
Okay,
it's
Lonnie.
easier. Lonnie Simone.
Tell her, okay. You say Simone?
Like just like Nina.
Yeah, that's where my mom got it from. Nina Simone.
Oh, Lord.
That's my middle name.
She got a Netflix thing right now. You might want to take a look.
Nina Simone does? Oh, okay.
It says Nina was something.
I'll check it out.
Well, tell us all about you, huh? Go ahead. How'd you get in the program? How long you been doing? Just get your age first.
Well, I'm 16 years old. We'll be 17 on the 30th of this month.
Oh, Lord.
Kids, y'all always want to be older. Like, I'll be 17.
Well, okay, I'm a senior. I'm 16 and about to be a senior. I want to be a little bit older.
You 1 year closer to Mobiles. That's it. Congratulations.
Ready? But
yeah, all right. I got a couple you could have if you that ready for them.
I learned about the program actually through my mom. So she listens to the morning show, the G-Biz, every morning on her way to work, and she heard him talking about the program. So me, her daughter, she knows I've been writing almost my whole life, have always loved music, have been in drum class, violin.
Did you come out the womb singing? I've heard
yes,
like y'all.
Yes,
like,
literally,
you know, I mean,
literally.
Like
One of my earliest memories is being in a contest because I'm from Atlanta. So, it's a mall in South DeKalb or And it was a program for models. They do that in malls. Like I did another one when I was about 10.
Right.
But first memory, singing, and I won the contest at 3 years old. Now I'm telling you, there's adults I'm competing against. There's teenagers. 3 years old. Got a contract.
3.
3. Just came out. I just
your
have
manager right there. They should have called me. I'd have quit. I'd have come down
but like I'm 3, so my attention span is like a contract. So Chuck E. Cheese, SpongeBob. I don't care. But you know, I've always loved singing. So my mom is just like trying to figure out what she can do where I can do that as a career, because that's essentially what I want to do. Like I don't see myself, I say, yeah, I want to be a therapist or something like that, but that's always a backup plan to me. Music is my passion.
Got it.
So she's like, okay, she emails him same day. Emails him. She's like, hi, my daughter Lonnie. She sings, she writes. I think this program will be perfect for her. G-Biz gets back to her and is like, that actually sounds pretty cool. You know, she's always welcome to come if she would like. And she's invited to the next Tuesday, which was actually next day, and to come. And so she came home and she was like, Lonnie, is this something you want to do? Have you heard of G-Biz? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, he has a program for talented youth who wants to learn how to make beats, record. Perfect for you. I'm like, this is a no-brainer. Duh, want to go. So
some get it right away, some get it sooner or later.
Yeah.
Some never. She got it right away.
Yeah.
So I show up and I'm nervous because I'm like, okay, this is obviously going to be a group of kids who are just like me, and I've never been in an environment like that.
Right.
Like I've moved around so much. I've never gotten to be around a group who just wants to do music, and that's what we're about. So I'm a little bit intimidated, but when I go in there, I'm like, I can't show that though, because they'll smell that, and I don't want to look inferior. So I get in there.
She's a great hoop player, man. She ain't like, I'm backing down from nobody.
So I get in there. I'm the first one there, and I'm like, well, this is great. I'm early, but now I look like a nerd because I'm the first one in here. The cool kids, I don't know. And I meet Mello. Mello Be the Mood, the producer, the instructor. He was very cool. And I think the first day we were supposed to write 4 bars. Mello said, okay, write 4 bars. And he's talking about the instructions. I'm already on my 3rd bar. Like, okay, I wanna be impressive, because that's the point of this whole thing, is to come out of your shell and to be an artist, essentially. You can't go on, like, you're an artist at this point. That's what he's kind of building you up to be. He's giving you the tools. So we do it. I hear Hunter rhyme. I hear Andre rhyme. And it's a few other kids in the class. And I'm like, this is so cool. Like, I'm impressed. And I feel inspired. The next time I go, we have to write 8 bars. So at this point, we have to pick a beat from Mello and write off tops. I got it. And we have to do it with a partner. I was done with mine in a second, and then she got hers, and she was done with hers, and we performed it. But it was so cool that we got to perform, and I'm seeing people's different type of music. So somebody might be inspired by Roddy Ricch. Somebody might be inspired by Chance the Rapper. You never know. So it was.
Who were your inspirations?
In rappers,
singing,
or just
rapping, whatever.
singing.
Yeah,
I'm inspired by her and Tiana Taylor, and of course Beyonce, but not just because of her vocals, but because of her work ethic. Like she's
that's a hardworking,
a hardworking woman, and that's what I want to be like. So stuff like that. Michael Jackson performing, J. Cole, because he's lyrical. Kendrick the Rapper, because he's lyrical. When I rap and I sing. So I want, for my music, I would like to say something. Like, I don't want to just talk about, oh yeah, and I can
don't city girl on me now.
No, but I don't want to be like that every
exactly
single
what
song.
You mean. That's
Period.
why I said that, right?
Period. But you can have that. You can have that, right? But you wanna in this industry, women, you're already gonna come at second place to a man. Right, and that might be to anything, in my opinion. And in people's head when they see that, oh, she's a girl, she's just sex appeal, she's cute. You know, that's what they see. That's what I hear when I hear about female rappers. Oh, she's thick, or I don't want it to be like that. Like, are you listening to the words that she's saying in her music? Are you listen? What if she produced that beat herself? She wrote that song herself. You know, they're not expecting that out of a woman, and that's what I want to inspire, and that's what I want to do. For people,
have fun with her. Ooh,
man.
You got depth.
Like I said, man.
That's something the teacher can work. No, you want that. You don't want no surface stuff. You can really,
right.
Yeah. I mean, extremely talented, Doc. Like I said, before we did our festival yesterday, I went through the stage performances with everybody, and so we're at the center where we're outside practicing, and she put on her first beat, and I was like prepping her, like, make sure you be confident, speak from your diaphragm, drop your shoulders, chest out, be relaxed up there. And as she started going through her first song, we got kids that are running around like littles, you know what I mean? Like, 7, 8 years old, 10 years old, and I kid you not, maybe not even a minute into the song, all these kids that were running around making slime and all this other noise had huddled around the little concrete where we were practicing at, and were sitting down, silent, listening to this girl perform her song. And one of the brothers up there, shout out to my man Travis. Trav up there always does great work with the kids, man. Trav came over to, he said, man, you know how many times, how many days, how many months I've tried to get these kids to be quiet and to sit, and they've never done it. Never done it. But they all sitting here quiet as a mouse watching that girl perform. And she had them captivated. And, I tell them all the time, with the words that you're writing, it's not just something that's fly by night. You need to be able to understand that your words are really what you're giving to people. And I tell them, you need to, if you're getting on stage, you need to breathe life into these words, because that's how people are going to listen. You need to be able to touch them, and people feel music.
Yep. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you for having me on the phone.
Great, you can do it. So you're the one who put this whole thing together, man. And just thank you. 1 year in is amazing. Everything we've heard here, it's just like, it's like it's almost too good to be true, but it is. You how long did when did this thing pop into your head, and how long did it take you to put it together?
First of all, thank you for having us tonight. I'm sorry I couldn't be here. I just came back from Sacramento being at my regional convention, so I couldn't be there tonight. And as soon as I got in, I turned on the show, and listening to these young people, and Gary and young Marvin, Lonnie, and Hunter, and Andre, that's really what we need to continue to build on. And that idea came around probably a few years ago, but I wasn't ready for it. I wanted to start my nonprofit 5 years ago, and I don't think I was ready for it. And 2 years ago, I left my job to start this organization, Deaf Mission, became with an idea to really connect untapped young adult talents in the Bay Area to pursue careers in tech. And out of that conversation, we started just diving into the Bayview, Hunters Point West, East, and Westbrook community funding by San Francisco Housing Development Corporation. And along those conversations, they started saying, Leo, we want to build a program that teaches kids how to make music. And I've been DJing for more than 20 years. I know Gary, and all of a sudden I said, all right, let me talk to this guy, and if he's really down to make it happen, we'll do it. And call Gary, and I say, man, would you like to join this organization and do this? And here we are, a year later, 15 young people have graduated from the program. We have sponsors like Adobe, KMEL, and here we are talking on Street Soldiers, which is one of the Bay Area's most recognized talking shows.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you interviewed me many years ago with the same program that Gary was talking about in Visitation Valley. That was back in like 2013, and I was on the show talking about my work in the Beast Valley community, connecting young people to leadership and technology skills. So that's always been my passion, and it's the creative side of STEM. It's kind of like we're focusing now heavily on STEAM opportunities for K-12 and K-24. So this year we're paying attention to potentially make it official with our music lab. As soon as this cohort ends, we're going to probably blow it up within our website. Adobe has sponsored the organization as well. We're going to do a fundraising event at the end of the year. And it's just because the young people that are sitting in front of you, that is the reason what gets me going on a daily basis, not only to create the next generation of tech talent, but now we're creating the next generation of musicians out of the Bayview, Hunters Point West, East, and Westbrook.
Is there a program like this anywhere else in the country that you know of? It sounds like a prototype that, you know, do you know if there's anything else like this anywhere?
Well, we've collaborated with some great programs who do similar work here in San Francisco. Shout out to Big Rich and Danielle over at Project Level. They've been doing some amazing work for some years with youth over there in the Fillmore district, but certainly not where we were at. I think in Bayview, Hunters Point, it's a great opportunity for that neighborhood who is underserved, who might not have opportunity like this for youth who are interested, you know, to really be able to follow their interest in music and see if it is a passion of theirs and be able to find that route that could lead to, you know, what they make their career. And so I think it's a great opportunity. And I mean, again, this program is free.
And I was going to say that.
It's free to all participants.
One more time.
You know,
free. The best things in life really are free. Amazing.
And again, we've brought back over 8 graduates already who have come back and we've hired on as TAs, giving them stipends, and they're making money in it. So it's not just, you know, you come through here and get the skills. We'll bring you back and, you know, make sure you stay in the program and you know, put a little bit of money in your pocket. Help the next group that's coming up and you know, just keep on passing it forward.
It's unbelievable what you've done, and I just. It's all good, you know. Yeah. I mean, I'm just astounded. Lady Estelle, is there anything that you want? Oh, is she hiding somewhere? Does she want to come in and she wants somebody to sing? You know, she always got something at the end of the show she wants to do. Anything you want again? You haven't had a chance to say, really. I mean, you want to thank Mama. I mean, you know, whatever you want to say. You know, the day we had a boy who's gonna, you know, go ahead. I want you to do that because we're gonna have you back. By the way, we're gonna follow this. Because, you know, I know she going to want to, I want to hear what you got.
Well, I just want to thank my mother, obviously, and my father, actually, because before I was even here, him and my mom ran a studio.
Your mom out there?
Yeah.
My mama get you.
But before, no, if she wants to come, because she can attest to this, like my mom and my dad, they worked in the music industry and did stuff of that nature. And my dad had a studio before I was here. And I think, and that it kind of, before I was even here, I kind of felt like I was meant to do this, kind of. Like, I remember being in the house, singing around the house. It's already mic stands everywhere, you know, so I already feel comfortable, and I'm thankful for my family just letting me, I want to do this show at school. Can you come? And my mom is already there. She's giving me outfits. She's giving me time to practice, and I want to thank my friend Dede because I actually recorded my first song in the last month, and I made it at this program. I wrote it there, the beginning of it, and then I wrote it more in a studio session with my friend, and she actually funded that. She paid for that studio session, and it was actually her session, but she let me record and make my own song, and I performed it at the festival And I'm thankful for that, because some people's friends, they won't believe in your dream and they won't want you. She's also a rapper. She could have not wanted me to want to share that light with her. It takes the shine away from her, but she was in the studio, hyping me up and stuff. And we do that for each other, and I'm grateful for that. Same for my friend Ali. I'm just blessed with talented friends who also write. So I'm just very thankful for that.
She won a contest of 3, right?
She did.
She did. I didn't want to verify. All right, you got 3 minutes. Who else want to get in? Got something you want to say? Go ahead.
I just want to shout out my mom and my uncles, my pops. Just the appreciation that they're giving me for believing in me and all these opportunities that I've had. Just being able to support me in every way that possible. It's been a long ride. But, you know, I just want to show you guys appreciation that you've done for me, my grandparents as well, my whole family, basically, because they have been the great support, you know, and my friends like Gary, like Leo Sosa, just them, like, just supporting us has been, like, great for everybody, I think, you know. I just want to show that appreciation for everybody, and thank you for having us here too. It's an honor to be here, to be honest. It's an honor. Thank you.
Just anybody else? Either one of you want to say something?
I'd like to say shout out to my mom, because even though I come from a long family of people that performed on stage, she's been the only one that's really stood behind me the whole time and supported me no matter what I've done, for the most part. Really just being my pillar support and giving me freedom to do what I choose in life, and not really harshing me onto, unless I messed up, of course, but still. After that, it never happened again, but still. She gave up so much to give me opportunities, and just trying out so many different ways and what I wanted to do with my life, you know. So I'm really thankful, because she's giving me opportunities that she never really has as a child. So I think it's really important that I've had her by my side, supporting me all these years.
Wonderful to hear. Thank you. Thank you. You got something you want to do? You got like 60 seconds.
I would like to say, shout out my mom, my friends, Pedro Donald. Always got to be supported by.
They're in the program as well. Yeah.
Just glad to be surrounded by great people that want to do something with themselves. They don't want to be nothing. I mean, they want to be something. They don't want to like slouch around.
If you have one person that believes in you, let that be enough to help you, to push you to get to be where you believe you can be. And sometimes they can see it before you get there. Use it. Use your gift. I just congratulate you all and celebrate you, and can't wait to hear you. I'm sorry it's only your second luck, because I want to hear you.
We got a saying, we're not all related, but we're all family. So now you our family. No, seriously, you know that. You our family. You got a problem? Dr. Marshall will be there. How about Mom? No, I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
We take care of our kids, right? That's what we do. You and the family, and anything. You just let us know. Let Miss Stella know. We're going to support you. We love young people doing the right thing. And just the spirit in here is so good. You can feel it. You know, I'm around a lot of kids. The spirit is wonderful. But, Lynn, we got to give it really up to Leo and you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man, again, for having us, Doc. We appreciate you guys. Again, you can check out the program information. Just go to devmission.org. Again, devmission.org. Or hit up my KMEL page at gbiz on KMEL.com for more information on how you can get your youth in the program.
So you want to be alive and free.
We got to be alive and free, baby.
Yeah. All right, you heard. They're going to be back. We're going to follow this. We got to get out of here tonight, but thanks for coming. Keep doing what you got to do. And let me know when the next performance is.
I got you. I guess we're doing our graduation over at Adobe right up the street here on the 12th, so about a week away. Right. You can come on down. Come check them out, man. They're going to do their thing.
All right. Love you, man. Okay.
Right back at you.
See you next week, everybody. Stay alive and free right here. Good night.